make a good build great. In NBA 2K23, you'll get rewarded this year for the badges you use the most by choosing one core badge per category.
As you play games, you'll become able to choose more.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting fives for both teams, as we're just about ready to get this one started. Hi and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA action going. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with David Aldridge on our sideline. Hey, Dave.
Well, thanks very much, guys. Of course, the NBA has had some legendary trash talkers. But Damian Lillard says it's not really a verbal assault like it used to be. In this era, it's more gestures. From the watch your head to the too small or rock the baby.
And the message usually received, DA, thank you. And we've got a game that's sure to be a crowd pleaser, Greg. Two high-octane offenses going head-to-head.
And it's not just run and gun. Each team has a very well-refined attack. And this kind of matchup comes down to which side can maintain their energy through all four quarters.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Backcourt guards are Russell and Edwards. Two big men inside, Towns and Gobert. And it's McDaniels in at the 3 spots. And for San Antonio, sharing the wing spots, it's Vassell and Johnson. Then it's Jones. Then there's Pirtle. And it's Sohan in at the 4. Now here's Vassell.
And the first of many to come. Explosive offensive talent on both sides.
Boy, I tell you what, that's going to be like a pinball machine, the way that scoreboard's going to light up.
Edwards, that's good.
You know, Edwards is still tweaking his three-point shot, but it sure looked good there.
And now in the final year of his contract, D'Angelo Russell trying to get back to that all-star level and the promise that got him that last 4-year deal.
Here's Sohan, launches a 3. Anthony Edwards with the rebound. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. And Gobert kicks to McDaniels. And another 3 for Minnesota. And after a lackluster performance in last year's playoff, Russell has some making up to do.
Yeah, and the efficiency has been a problem. Now, if you're a player whose primary value is at the offensive end, you can't just be a volume scorer.
Now here's Jones. 6 on the shot clock. Another shot.
And that's why you want Gobert on the floor. He's as good defensively as any big you will ever see.
McDaniels finds Russell. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by, they need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Spurs working the ball around now. And the call on the shot. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
It ended in the bubble, but how about the Spurs playoff streak? 22 consecutive seasons, Greg, coming to an end.
Kevin, making it every year from 1998 to 2019, winning 5 titles over that span, and having the same head coach certainly helped that streak. So did having, though, a couple Hall of Fame.
Boy, they're on fire right now, cooking with gas, starting this one out 4-5.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
And it seems they've also put an emphasis on moving the ball, working to rotate around the defense and find those quality looks.
Here's Sohan. Johnson outside. Gobert with the block. Towns kicks to Gobert. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played, kicks it out to Prince over Johnson, and that's Prince that time on the assist by Gobert.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And now the first timeout called here for the Spurs. D'Angelo Russell, the second overall pick in 2015.
Yeah, pretty interesting too, Kevin, that the Lakers traded him after just his second season. It was basically a salary dump. It wasn't about talent because he's got plenty of that, but he was young when he came into the league. He had a reset at age 21 and then went on to rebuild his stock in Brooklyn, making an all-star game there. And by doing that, showed everybody that he could start over.
2 minutes.
Minnesota with the ball.
2 minutes.
A 14-2 run over the last bit. Russell, good, and the assist goes to Town. Russell's got his third basket of the night right there.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
Here's Jones after D'Angelo Russell's bucket. Here's Sohan. And the rejection by Towns. Johnson kicks to Jones. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, here's Vassell. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Prince dishes to Edwards. To the inside. Fires the three. And another three for Minnesota.
Outstanding start from three-point range. Their shooters are on fire.
Really makes them a hard team to guard because they space you out so well.
San Antonio calls timeout. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
They shot the lights out from deep. Really stretched out the defense in that one.
There's all kind of talk in the game today about stretching the floor because when you do that, everything else just becomes a little easier.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Richardson the pass to Primo. To end the cold streak. And the layup is good.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Russell passes to Gobert. For three, Edwards. San Antonio with the rebound. Last time they came together was in Minnesota, where they fell to the Wolves.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
Yeah, sloppy play sabotage. I mean, they'll have to be much more focused this time around.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Just 3 on the clock. And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Timberwolves lead by 15. We'll get things started in the second quarter when we return.
San Antonio, let's give it up for you.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And quite a position here for the Timberwolves to be in. What do you think, guys?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
So on the floor for Minnesota, sliding in at the wing, it'll be Edwards and McDaniel. Underneath in the post, Towns and Gobert. And it's Noel in at the one spot. You know, almost every team has some kind of roster turnover in the offseason, so, Greg, this time of year can be about getting familiar with your new teammates.
There's always a feeling out process this early in the schedule. It's about finding your team's identity, figuring out how all the pieces are going to fit.
So it's San Antonio now, following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Hurdle finds Richardson, and rebounded by McDaniels.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
He is delivering a lot of room service times tonight. One sweet one after another.
The pass to Purtle. Oh, he misses the dunk. Timberwolves leading by 19. Edwards dishes to Towns, and it's good for 2.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Well worth a second look.
And the awareness of his footwork and body on that drive. Wow. And you look at Jakob Poeltl, great touch and presence inside the paint. Can get you with a move or just power his way to the hoop.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks very much. Now, for 22 straight years, San Antonio made the playoffs. They haven't made the last 3 postseasons, and former Spur Robert Horry worries if they'll ever be relevant, saying, I hate to say that. San Antonio is a small market. Guys just aren't going to go there. And that's a dire prediction for such a storied and successful franchise, Kevin.
Wow, no kidding, David. All right, thank you. San Antonio calls timeout, and Greg Purtle has so many options to score inside.
And that's why he's such an efficient scorer, Kevin. Very composed at the rim. Doesn't need a lot of time to get his shot off inside.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. Minnesota also making some changes. Reed comes in for Karl Anthony Towns, and it's Russell in for Edwards. Russell kicks to Reed. Back to Russell. Gobert, the pass to McDaniels. To the wing right side. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Shots good by Noel.
Their 3rd three-pointer in a row.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment here.
And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
And the Timberwolves with possession. Outpacing them right now in a 15-2 run. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
You know, when it comes to the Minnesota Timberwolves, for so long, they've struggled to be competitive. But recently, I think they've started to turn things around. I mean, they've got a nice core. They got a taste of the playoffs recently, and now look to build on that.
Now here's Johnson. Turned in an outstanding game against Chicago. Vassell finds Jones. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots from 12. Gobert with the block. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Timberwolves have gotten all but 1 of their 7 shots in the second quarter to drop. Pretty impressive. And for the Timberwolves, Clark getting the #1 pick in the 2020 draft certainly helped their turnaround.
Yeah, that's rocket fuel when you're trying to move up, and they got a good one, a special one in Anthony Edwards. That guy is going to help them take major strides forward. This is an organization clearly on the rise.
He blocks it again.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. Russell from long range. Here's Reed. Back to Gobert. Pass to McDaniels. Kicks to Russell. Here's Noel. Covered by Johnson. Here's Reed. And again, it's Minnesota.
Buckets, but he should have just gone straight up with it instead of trying to fade away.
On offense, here are the Spurs. Pass to Sohan. Johnson dishes to Jones. And they get it. Gobert with the block. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And it's in there. 11 points for Jaden McDaniel.
Rudy Gobert.
And how about the recognition by Gobert? I mean, of course, it does help when you're 7 feet like Rudy. It can give you a clean view of the court. Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
And so it's Minnesota with a huge 37-point lead to end the quarter. And with as many three-pointers as they bring, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. A chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, staying by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Carl, you guys have built a lead. What is the key to maintaining or increasing it going forward?
I mean, don't change what we're doing. Just stay together, keep passing the ball, keep playing great defense, and just keep making them think and make decisions, especially the difficult ones.
You had the advantage in the first half. We'll see if you can keep that advantage in the second half. Thanks for your time, man. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. The first half mercifully coming to a close. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny's here. Shaq is here. It's Minnesota out in front at the half. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, how'd you feel about it?
Well, they killed it on the glass, and they did it with high-level fundamentals, blocking out, maintaining position, and going up strong to the basket. If they board like that in the second half, this lead will continue to grow.
Shaq, what did you see from San Antonio?
First of all, where's the intensity on D? You think when a team is punking you like this, you at least try to put a stop to it. Nope. You keep giving up open looks, letting the lead.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
Your Spurs Youth Dance Team. And look who's coming on the
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. And it's Jones with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. And that'll be the third of the 4 straight at home. Sharing the wing spots, it's Vassell and Johnson. Then there's Pirtle, then it's Jones. And it's Sohan in at power forward. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. That was a second look at our Mobile One Drive. Amazing control on display.
And they might be down big, but you'd love the mentality he has to go at defenders and just keep attacking.
Edwards gone 3 for 5 from the field. And you look at Anthony Edwards, and GA, he is becoming the leader of this Timberwolves team, isn't he?
I think he is. I mean, partly it's his production with his numbers up across the board, but it's also his personality. He plays with tremendous swagger.
Edwards with the stop.
Towns doing a nice job with a smart play there, getting the ball to a ready shooter instead of trying to force it himself.
And a minute played as the second half gets going. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Johnson inside. Good on the short little jump shot.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Now here's Edwards. He's got 10. And it's Russell missing. Jones kicks to Vassell. Johnson outside. Shoots over Towns. Johnson missing again.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Out to Edwards. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Russell's got 4 assists in the game.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Back to Jones. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
He's been ice cold tonight. And, you know, you look at the scoreboard, guys, they really could have used his contribution.
Here's Noel, and another three for Minnesota.
Everything working for him out of the half as they've hit 4 of their first 5 shots.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Now we see more and more top prospects bypass college or even leave high school early to make 6 figures playing for G League Ignite. For many years, going pro at such a young age was something we only saw abroad. But that reality is now here. Kevin?
I like it too, David. The landscape is shifting, and I think for the better. Thank you for the report. Gobert, he's checked in for Minnesota. Austin Rivers comes in for D'Angelo Russell. Well, Greg, we see it every year. Those overachieving teams in the NBA. What enables them to be greater than the sum of their parts?
Well, listen, luck can play a part, but confidence is a huge factor as well. If you walk into that gym every night believing you'll find a way to win, oftentimes you do. Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Yes, that goes in.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Pass to McDermott. Second chance shot, and goaltending is going to be the call. So they get the basket there anyway.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
And the Spurs making a change here. Collins is checked in, and the shot goes in.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Out to the right wing. The pass to McDermott. A floater. He lays it in. McDermott's got 4 this quarter.
I think he's more versatile than most give him credit for. Doug McDermott has a nice floater that he likes to pull out every now and then.
Gobert with it. He's picked up by Collins. There's 38 seconds left in the third. Here's McDermott. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
And when you think of McDermott, the first thing that comes to my mind anyway is three-point shooting ability. He's very effective spacing the floor.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Had a success rate from the line last year of about 78%.
The Spurs making a switch here. Diop's checked in. Timberwolves also changing it up. McDaniels comes in for Noel. And it's Russell in for Austin Rivers. Trains the three-pointer. Russell's got 13.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Here's Primo. To the left wing. And finished off by McDermott.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
And here's Edwards from the... Oh, he nails it just in time.
One eye on the rim, one on the clock. What a play.
An ideal way to end the quarter with momentum on your side.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves. With a huge lead at the break, safe to say there's no catching them today. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. And we'll be right back after this. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Greg Popovich.
Nobody holds the ball, not even 1001. You catch it, it's a shot, it's a drive or pass, whatever you do.
Specific instructions from Greg Popovich. If you don't have a clean look, don't have an open lane, move the ball.
Yeah, and the key is fast decision-making, and that takes great recognition from all 5 guys in terms of communication. That's really what we call chemistry.
Anthony Edwards.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And a look at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the fourth. Reed is out there with Anderson. Then there's Edwards. Then it's Taurean Prince, and it's Forbes in at the point guard. Pass to Forbes. Bounce pass, Prince. For three, Edwards. That one, no good. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. Lets it fly from 18. The shot by Primo, no good.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Prince, the pass to Reed. He kicks to Forbes. For three, Edwards. It's hauled in by Bates-Diop. The Spurs have gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Passes to Richardson. Jang inside, guarded by Reed, and wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And we have to take another glance at that powerful rejection.
Superb anticipation on that rejection, and that'll allow them to stay on the lead if they keep defending like that.
So it's the Spurs now. Pass to Richardson, 6 to shoot, and he's good on the 3-ball.
Boy, good ball movement that time. Allows Richardson to get the good look on the jumper he wants. The pass was right where it needed to be.
And Forbes kicks to Prince, and they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
They've given up a lot of 3-pointers here today.
And their defensive rotations have been non-existent.
Here's Primo. Well, Greg, analysts evaluate player performances on the floor, and sometimes we've seen the players fire back. They're not happy with the criticism.
You know, it's a risk you take, but if you treat everyone with kid gloves, you're really not doing your job. The audience expects a level of honesty, and quite frankly, players don't mind you criticizing their game. It's when those critiques become personal. So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
Well, you know, that's exactly their plan here in the fourth. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes. It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
And here's Edwards from the arc. They grab their own miss. It's good on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
1:56 left here in the fourth quarter. Richardson outside. There's the pass to Primo. Here's Jang. Rebound, Minnesota. Stolen by Collins. Richardson against Edwards. Richardson outside. Into the lane. He feeds it to Jang. Reed with the block.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Timberwolves.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over a conference foe they'd split their previous 2 games with.
They've got one more game left against them, and there's no doubt they'll use this as a jumping-off point to take another game off them later in the year. At least that's the plan.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Anthony Edwards.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Minnesota calls timeout. What's your take, guys?
And they've got this one just about wrapped up.
Yeah, you know, I'm not sure they needed this timeout, quite honestly. Perhaps a water break.
Coming onto the hardwood now. Get out of your seats, Spurs fans. Make some noise for yours.
And now moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, D'Angelo Russell.
And the decision-making tonight has just been outstanding. If the shot hasn't been there for him, he's just kept the ball moving. And that patience is how he's gotten his field goal percentage to almost 60 here tonight.
And at last, he gets a little redemption. You know, it's been several games since he's been at his best. He's really been having a tough time.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
From deep, can't get it to fall. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure did. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Rudy, your impact on the game defensively, always something to watch. What's your approach at that end?
Just try to win games, you know, and my teammates put a lot of trust in me, being aggressive on the balls and try to be aggressive at the rim. And, you know, when we play as a team like we do tonight, it's tough to beat us.
You were in full Stifle Tower mode tonight, man. Congrats. Back to you.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. See you next time.